from Chicago, Illinois. Tonight, ALDS game number 2 between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Chicago White Sox, with the Toronto Blue Jays leading 1-0. Here in Chicago, Chicago is the number 1 seed in this playoffs. They had the best record in the American League, and they really got beat yesterday as a surprise. 2-1 in a low-scoring Toronto game. Very low scoring. And here on the mound tonight for the White Sox, that'll be number 24. I forget what his name was. But those are the 2 starters. We showed them at the very beginning. This is a big game for the White Sox because even though they're favorites, you can't go down 2-0. Floyd Bannister will start off. He's 6'1", 190, age 28, the first time all playoffs he's taken a mound. And now for the Blue Jays, they're going to start off Damaso Garcia, who had an inside-the-park home run in the last game. So Bannister's ready to go, and we're underway. Game number 2, and that'll be a ball. He was 3 for 4 in the last game with a home run and 2 RBI. He had both RBIs. And that'll be in the ground. Second to first, 1 out. For Toronto, Garcia, Bonnell, and Mosby. Jesse Barfield, Willie Upshaw, Cliff Johnson, Alfredo Griffin, Garth York, who we did not see last game, and Buck Martinez will be catching, and not Ernie Witt. So here's Bannister. He's 0 for the playoffs, and that's going to be high, pop fly, center field, and a catch, 2 outs. If you want a quick inning, that's what we have so far. Floyd Bannister, 3 pitches, he's got 2 outs. And here's Lloyd Mosby. A lot of people feel that the White Sox could blow them out tonight. Lloyd Mosby 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's hitting .250 in the playoffs. Mosby, they'll be down low, 1-1. Would be very hard to believe if Chicago got beat again at home. And that's 3 outs. 1 time always happens in baseball. 2, it's tough. And right now, they're getting a good start. It's 0-0. They would love to add 1983 onto that. Jim Clancy, 6'4", 220, age 27 for Toronto. And the Blue Jays now, this will be Rudy Law. So Rudy Law will be first. Here's Jim Clancy. Hard hit and foul. Last game he was 1 for 4 with a single. And the pitch here, it's going to be a strike, 0-2. Last game, the Toronto Blue Jays ended up winning this thing 2-1. And that was a low-scoring game where everything mattered. Nobody scored until about the 6th inning. And then the inside-the-park home run to left. The runner, and it hits him right in the chest. Rudy Law, they're going to go to second. They get him. They get him. It's a base hit, and he tried to extend to second. Oh, that was terrible. Law, Bernazard, Fisk, and then Kittle, Lazinski, and Baines, Pachorik, Fletcher, and Law. So there we go. That's the Chicago White Sox starting lineup. And Bernazard. Boy, that was a terrible decision. Going to second, I know he was fast, and that's a base hit. He would have got first and second anyway. But now it's 1 out, only on first. Right there, and that one was low. Big for Bernazard, and a good hit here. And here's Carlton. Carlton, number 72. There's the runner. It's up to the left. 71 speed, and it'll be 0-1. Well, Toronto, it's your chance to take a stranglehold in this series. There they go again. They swing, they throw. He got him again at second. They're 0 for 2 whenever they try and make second. I don't know why, but they're testing him. Buck Martinez. Oh my goodness, and it's 0-2 with 2 outs. Both outs at second base. And that'll be high to right field. Caught 3 outs. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Nothing. We go to the second. There we go. Here's Jesse Barfield, who hasn't had a hit all playoffs. He hasn't done very well, and here's Bannister. I can't believe that last inning. In all fairness, Barfield 0 for 4, and he struck out 3 times. In all fairness, that should have been, that'll be a strike. Woody Keller at the plate. Drummond, Washington, and Hendricks, the other umpires. The 1-1. A swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-2. And fouled away. This will be big if they could get Barfield, though he's been an out every time he's been up. And that'll be low 2-2. Lloyd Bannister, the 2-2, and struck him out. He's having a terrible postseason. Jesse Barfield is. And here's Willie Upshaw. Willie Upshaw now against Bannister. And that'll be down low, ball 1. It was 1 for 4 in the last game. But I was going to say that's going to be high in right field, and this one will go back deep, gone. Good night, and it's a home run. A home run for Willie Upshaw, 380 feet. And Willie Upshaw nails it. It's 1-0 Toronto. You know, I keep telling the story in all fairness, I keep getting interrupted. The hit here, and it just barely got over. And it is 1-0. And now here's Cliff, hitting .429 in the playoffs. What I was saying is, in all fairness, it should be 1st and 3rd right now with 1 out for Chicago. But they tried to extend a double. He's out. They tried to steal. He's out. And that was big. Cliff Johnson 1 for 3 in the last game with the double. So right now, a shocked field here in Comiskey. Comiskey thought this could be our chance. We know we got a team to go to the World Series this year. But you can't get there unless you get past the Blue Jays. And it'll be 3-1. They're down 1-0 in the series and 1-0 in this game. Now they're hitting the ball well, but the question is, was that just first inning jitters? And that'll be fouled away, 3-2. To Cliff Johnson. The 3-2. That'll be another, and it's caught 2 out. Tom Paciorek. And there will be 2 outs. And here's Alfredo Griffin. He's also hitting .429. And here's Bannister. That'll be outside, ball one. Alfredo Griffin out of the Dominican Republic. The pitch, and that'll be fouled off. Well, Toronto 1, the White Sox nothing. Down low, and it'll be fouled away. Chicago doing a good job here of holding Toronto, except for that one gaffe. The home run. Down low, and a base hit for Floyd Bannister. Not for Floyd, he's the pitcher. That's a base hit for Toronto. For Alfredo Griffin. And now here's Garth York, who hit .333 in a wild card game. And that'll be a strike. Garth York. They throw to first, and he's safe. So York now hitting .333. They're going. He has a slow delivery, and he's safe. He's got to speed that delivery up. Right now he's slow. Look at this. He holds that, and that was just a great jump. You get past that part of that point of no return here, and then you just go. The 1-1. That'll be fouled off, 1-2. So York has a runner on second. 1-2. Low, and it'll be 2-2. 22 pitches for Bannister in the inning. The 2-2. York strikes out, and we go to the bottom of the second. Willie Upshaw. Willie's gonna love it. He hits the home run and makes it 1-0 Blue Jays. Bottom of the second, and here's Ron Kittle. Ron has not had a hit yet, though he hit a couple deep in the last game. Clancy, that's going to be a ball away for Ron. Jim Clancy. High and fouled back. It'll be 1-1. Clancy got hit hard in that first inning, but it was the base running errors. And that'll be fouled off, 1-2. Ron Kittle in the bottom of the second inning. Struck him out, and Kittle will sit down, 1 out. That's what I'm saying. Chicago's not scoring any runs. And here's Greg Lazinski, who's hitting .333. The former Philadelphia Philly. It'll be ball one. Wouldn't that be crazy if Chicago plays Philadelphia? And it'll be up the middle. It hits him right in the foot, but he'll pick it up and throw Lazinski out. He doesn't have 90 blazing speed like others do, and it'll be 2 outs. Hit right off the foot. And with 2 outs, here's Harold Baines. So Harold Baines here for Chicago. In the bottom of the second. And that'll be a ball down low. 0 for 3 is Harold. The pitch. And that'll be a strike there, very easy. 1-1 with 2 outs. Here's Clancy. High to left field, running after it and underneath it, and they get it. And that's the end of 2 innings. The end of 2 easy ones if you're a Blue Jay fan. Maybe not easy, but it's 1-0. I would say 2 solid ones there. Buck Martinez He threw out a base stealer in the first. Buck Martinez went 0 for the wild card game. And now he'll be up against Floyd Bannister here in the top of the third. And low ball 1. He was 0 for 4 the last game he was in, but he had 2 RBI. You wonder how that happened. Deep to left field. He's got his first hit if it's fair. And it is foul, barely. Very difficult to see, but it is foul. 1-1. So how did he go 0 for 4 and get 2 RBI? Because he grounded into outs both times it scored runs. And he strikes out there, 1 out. Third strikeout for Floyd. And here's Damaso Garcia. He's hitting .444 in the postseason. He had that huge home run. And low 1-0. There are games where everybody's aggressive and games where the counts don't start till it's 2-1. 1-1 here. Bannister. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-2. 1 out, top of the third. The pitch. Hit hard and foul. Nobody on base for Damaso Garcia. With 1 out, one out, nobody on. Damaso again fouls it off. Bannister. Chicago's down 1-0 in the series and the game. He strikes him out. That's another strikeout. Damaso Garcia goes down. Here are, right now we have the Phillies up 2-0. Toronto up 1-0. The Expos up 1-0. And Detroit and the Orioles tied at 1. The Orioles a big win. Philadelphia a big win. Philadelphia's up 2-0. But you go to Atlanta in a humongous game number 3. That'll be a high pop fly center field. And they make the catch. That's it. We go to the bottom of the third now. Pachork, Fletcher, and Law. Here is Pachork. Hitting 1/3. 333 in the playoffs and inside. Toronto's up 1-0 on a home run in the top of the second inning. Pachork a swing and a miss. Jim Clancy has settled down. He was hit hard in the first inning, but he got out of it because of base running. We saw that same kind of presence in the Orioles-Tigers game in the first inning. Was high scoring, and that'll be to center field, and a base hit. It hits the ground. Chicago, the first hit since the first inning. And they wisely stay at first. Everybody in the stands just saying, stay, stay. And here's Scott Fletcher. One on, nobody out, and Fletcher will foul it off. Last game he was 0 for 3, so he's still hitless in the playoffs. The 0-1. Swing and a miss there, quickly 0-2. Remember, last game was only 2-1 Toronto. So it wasn't like they were struck him out, and that's going to be out number 1. Jim Clancy is second strikeout. So last game, every run was at a huge premium. And when Chicago blew those first inning opportunities, remember, it should have been first and third with 1 out. And that'll be to right field. Deep, but not deep enough, and it'll be 2 outs. They want to make sure they don't go to second. And here's Rudy Law, who singled in the first. Remember, he's 1 for 1, but he was caught going to second. He has 90 speed. He's very fast. Law on the ground, that's going to be foul. When you got 90 speed, that causes errors because you got to rush yourself. And that'll be high, 1-1. So the 1-1. High pop fly. Should end the inning, and it does. So Toronto, can the upset happen? Well, they're up 1 game to none and 1-0 here. So here comes Lloyd Moseby. In the series, he's 0 for 5. 0 for 1 today. He got a couple hits in the wild card game, but he takes a strike there. 3, 4, and 5 have not been really kind to the Blue Jays. They'll be 1-1. A swing and a miss there. And they'll be outside. I am a huge Blue Jay fan. I hate saying that because when I do a broadcast, people will think I'm a homer. And it'll go third to first. But I'm a big Blue Jay fan also. And, you know, I agree with Clancy, but he's a little before when I started really following him. And he is so untapped, and he was so down that I didn't hear of him before tonight. So I agree with you there, 1,000,000%. Good call there. Barfield having the worst playoff ever. And they'll make it 2 outs. Jesse Barfield has had the worst playoffs. This is his 3rd game, the wild card in the 2nd game here. And he has not been able to get on base yet. And here's Willie with the home run in the 2nd. Right now he's the hero in the top of the 4th. The pitch, it'll be down low, 1-0. He hit that home run, and that was big. Into the Blue Jays bullpen, high and deep. But no, it's more shallow than anything. They get it, and that'll end the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Bernazard, Fisk, and Kittle. And here's Bernazard in the series. He's 2 for 5 with a triple. But in this game, he's 1 for 1. And Bernazard was caught stealing. Remember that. He tried to steal second base, and Buck Martinez just threw him out. In the 1st inning, remember, it was the single, and they tried to extend it to 2, got thrown out. And then the single again, and then tried to go and steal and got thrown out. So Tony La Russa's team, too, really, really aggressive. The 0-2, and it's down below. You know, the rule of thumb is always, in the 1st inning, don't be the most aggressive because you never know. That's going to be a hard shot and a catch. And a catch for 1 out. Yeah, look at him to the air. He knows it. And Bernazard. And here's Carlton. Here's the Fisk. Carlton, Fisk. You know, Chicago's got to be worried a little bit. I mean, inning by inning, because if they go down 2 games to none, I know Toronto plays an exhibition stadium. They play an exhibition stadium in Toronto, but that'll be fouled off, 1-1. I got to find a stadium that looks like exhibition. That'll be on the ground. 3rd to 1st, they get the out. My goodness, 2 outs. But still, it's weird, you know. Exhibition Stadium was a lot like Temple football. Temple would play in the Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, and you'd only get 3,000 people there, and it was so odd and so weird that nobody was up for the game, and they would pull upsets. They would pull big upsets there. And it's kind of like Exhibition Stadium. It's not a baseball stadium. The Sky Dome would come later. It was only like 28, 29,000 seats. And short to first, that's easy. And we end 4. My goodness, Toronto, a 1-0 lead. Johnson, Griffin, and York. But anyway, Exhibition Stadium will be big. Because what I'm saying is this, if Toronto goes up 2-0, it's such a weird place to play that if they're up 2-0, then they're going to take at least one and force a game 7, one of those 3. And that'll be a ball 1. You know they would. That's the thing when you win 2 on the road, and that'll be third to first. That was an easy out. You know, that was number 9, and now we go to number 1. Oh, number 7. Sorry, that's number 6. Now we go to 7. Alfredo Griffin. But that is one of the things. And a pitch there, broken bat. Look at that bat go. And that'll be 2 outs. So that bat just flew. It exploded there. Yeah, he's smiling. He knows. Watch this bat right here. Watch how much this bat explodes. Good night. And the shortstop could have picked that bat up and threw it to first also. Yeah, it depends on what he thinks of Tom Paciorek. You know, he's like, hey, Paciorek, guess what I got coming at you? And then he catches the ball and sees a bat coming. Here is Garth York. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second. Floyd Bannister has come into this game and just given up one solo shot, really. That'll be up the middle and a base hit. Now they've scattered hits. And York would play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs, yeah. No, he would play for the Royals. Floyd Bannister, you can see, he's only given up 3 hits. That's it all day. The run was a solo shot. He has 4 strikeouts on the day. So with 2 outs, here's Buck Martinez, 0 for 1 to left, and he'll foul this away. Floyd Bannister. I mean, it's not bad. Just think about Chicago so far. Their starter last game only gave up. Their whole pitching staff only gave up 2 runs. And now they're only giving up 1 here to Toronto. Toronto does not look the most consistent. And that'll be on the ground. They go to second, and that's all they have. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Blue Jays. Now, bottom of the 5th here. And for Chicago, here's Greg Lisinski, the former Philly. Again, if Chicago makes it to the finals, they might play the Phillies. Who knows? Vaughn Hayes is only going to be out for this series, but they lead 2-0 over the Braves. And that'll be a ball down low. But that's the thing. When you win the first 2 in a 7-game series in baseball, when you win the first 2 on the road, think about it. The first 2 on the road, all you need is 1 home win for a game 7. That's the enormity of going up 2-0 on the other team's place. And that's what we might have now. The 1-2. And Lisinski strikes out. 1 out. Clancy, his 3rd strikeout. Well, This is his potential right now that is being tapped now. Right there, the upside fastball. Upstairs. Good night there, and here comes Harold Baines. Baines from Clancy, and that'll be a strike. I don't know if Chicago all of a sudden wanted to be more patient at the plate, but Clancy's like, all right, I'll just throw it right down the middle and get strikes. So 0 for 1 today, and Baines, that'll be outside 1-1. Harold Baines with a great catch last game. And through the middle, this will be to left field, and that'll be a base hit. So again, that is the third base hit of the day for Chicago that just dropped right in front of a Toronto fielder and hit him in the chest. And watch this, it goes, and bam, right there, hits him in the chest. That always happens so far in this game. And there's Pachurik, who's 1 for 1. 1 on, 1 out. And that'll be down low. 6, 4, 3. Good night. Good night. And now you're starting to feel anxiety in Chicago. You're starting to feel it. It's 1-0. And the lower seeded team, the worst seeded team, is up. Marcelo Garcia is hitting 400. Bannister. Oh, he's going to do this. He's got speed. The bare hand, 1 out. What a play. What a play. You know, that's law, and he did that in game 1 also. So they're not going to get anything over on law. I'm telling you that this Toronto team is a good team. The way they handled the Yankees in the, in the AL wild card game, and that'll be a ball down low to Barry Bonnell. Bannister and a swing and a miss. Toronto has to pick it up hitting wise though. In the wild card game, they scored 3 in the second and 3 in the fourth, and then they waited till late the first game. They haven't had a full game of just consistently hitting the ball well. We all know you're not going to score runs every inning, but they're still hitting the ball well and putting pressure. You can get people on base every inning. You can do that. It'll be 3-2. Lloyd Mosby's on deck. Are you going to tell me Bannister will get 1 on with 1 out? No, high left field, and it'll be foul. Top of the 6th inning, it's 3-2. Toronto leading the White Sox, and that'll be fouled again. Barry Bonnell 0 for 2 today. Floyd Bannister, 66. That'll be to right, and it's the ground there. This will be number 9 in the at-bats and the pitches for this at-bat. And that'll be fouled off. And this will be number 10 to Bonnell. Oh, yes, they say he went. They say he went, and that's going to be 2 outs. Well, guess what? We got Exhibition Stadium. Exhibition Stadium. For coming up in Toronto for games 3, 4, and 5, and that's a strike. Lloyd Mosby. And that's going to be a little, oh, that was right in the triangle. Right in the triangle, right there. What a bunt. And they've been doing it all series. That's not on Law. That's not on him. That was on the bunter for doing it perfectly. And here's Barfield, the worst maybe some of the hitting trouble is Barfield, who has been the worst hitter in all of baseball. He's 0 for 6 in the series, but he also didn't get a hit in the wild card game. He's 0 for the playoffs. He'll be 1-1. There are breakout games, and that's the thing. If Toronto goes up 2-0, they could have a breakout game in 3, 4, or 5 and score like 9 or 10 runs, and then all of a sudden it'll be 2-1, and then all of a sudden, you know, that would be big. That's your third win. A swing and a miss here. It'll be 2-2. This game is big, especially when you're 1-0 on the road. The 2-2. Oh, outside. It'll be 3-2. Jesse Barfield. Can he get on? Can he get his hit? The 3-2. Ball 4. He gets on. Now he's walked before, but he still has not got a hit. And Willie Upshaw now, who's 1 for 2, will come on here in the top of the 6th. Here's Willie in the 2nd inning. He's the only reason why it's 1-0 here. Good night. Into the bullpen for the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought that was going to be a 4-3 game. 5-3. I was looking for Chicago the way they were hitting the ball. I never expected this. And Bannister, it's going to be inside ball 1. He's got to be careful here. In the top of the 6th, he gives up an insurance, and the White Sox are going to be in trouble. Swing and a miss here. It'll be 1-1. If you play the wild card game, you're down on your pitchers. That's going to be hit, and it's going to be foul. You're down on your pitchers, but your hitters have postseason pressure hitting under their belt. And for Toronto, the 1-2. Struck him out, and that's it. Upshaw is 1 for 3 now. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0. Scott Fletcher. He struck out in the 3rd. And here's Scott Fletcher against Jim Clancy. And that'll be fouled off. Bottom of the 6th. This game has been humming along. And it'll be 1-1. I said that, and watch it be all gummed up here. The 1-1, bottom of the 6th. That'll be a hit, and again, oh no, what a catch. What a catch. I believe that's Barfield with the catch. Oh my goodness. Chicago can't get anything going, and here's Vance Law. He flew out in the 3rd. 0 for 4 in the series. Usually 3 games where you don't get a hit, it's a slump. Vance will foul it away. 0-1. Vance, he's the 3rd baseman that covers bunts so well in this series. Vance Law, a very defensive lineup player here, and Barfield again will get number 2. My goodness, you know, anything for the White Sox. The White Sox are a solid team. They're built a lot like a National League team, but they are having trouble doing the National League things, like contact hitting. A lot of pop-ups. Oh, and that's going to be a strike there. He went for it. And down low, it'll be 1-1. It is. I will say, world's worst gamer, you are correct. There are so many. I saw Clancy hang 2 curveballs that were fouled away, and he hung them. And it was like, there it is. A swing and a miss here. It'll be 1-2. Rudy Law is 1 for 2 today. He has 90 speed. Remember, his only base hit, he was thrown out at 2nd, and they strike out. And Rudy Law will head back to the dugout. And now you can have official anxiety if you're a White Sox fan. But I mean anxiety, our next game, and we'll have it tonight. It'll be the Montreal Expos and the LA Dodgers. Game number 2. The thing with losing the first 2 at home, it means you got to play the next 3 on the road. And when you lose the first 2 at home, if you just lose 1 on the road, that means and you want to win the series, you're going to a game 7. So it'll be 1-1. Bannister, really his groove has been very good today. A swing and a miss there, and this is Cliff. There have been many runs scored in the playoffs, but in this series, runs have been at a premium. It'll be 2-2 to Cliff. 0 for 2 today. Oh, and it hit him. It hit him, and he goes to first. And not exactly what they wanted. Hit him right in the leg. Oh, so big. And Bannister looking 1 on with nobody out. Are they going to get insurance for Toronto? The pitch down low, ball 1. Alfredo Griffin is 1 for 2. He singled in the second. 1-0. Toronto leads Chicago. High pop fly. Oh, this might be a little bit. No, a camped, and there's going to be 1 out. So 1 out there. You know, you take a look, and he jammed it up high. He had to go back, even if he dropped it. The runner on first only has 20 speed. Here's Garth Yord. I mean, that's like Boog Powell speed. That'll be a strike. Boog Powell, for the old Baltimore Orioles, if Boog walked the first, you know, it doesn't matter if he hit the ball or not. If he walked the first, it took 3 doubles to get him in. And they're going to go on the steal. It was a hit and run. And it'll be 0-2. Garth is 1 for 2 today. There were 2 Yords that played. I think it was Garth that played for Kansas City. There's Garth and there was another Yord. That's how I know the name. I remember Al Michaels saying it on ABC in the World Series. And that'll be fouled away. Yeah, Dane and Garth York. I know. I'm figuring out which one was Kansas City. Struck him out. And Garth sits down. 2 outs. That was a low pitch. It's funny because Toronto's swinging now on everything. And Chicago, there are hittable pitches that they can't hit. Here's Buck Martinez, who's been more defensive today than offensive. And that's going to be a ball. It'll be 1-0. Those base running mistakes in the first inning were so big. They were so gigantic. And that'll be a ball inside, 2-0. You know, I could see this game 2-1 after an inning and ending 2-1. It'll be 3-0 to Buck. And now they have Damaso Garcia. Now Garcia is the second baseman, not Barfield. Garcia is, I mistook that. He's number 7. The 3-0 and ball 4. Oh no, they call that a strike. The Bannister knew he got that one. It'll be 3-1. 1983 playoff. The 3-1. He took that one all the way. It'll be 3-2. Top of the 7th inning, 1-0. Bannister, 98th pitch, fouled away. Okay, it was Dane. And that'll be ball number 4. Dane played, thank you, World's Worst Gamer. It was Dane that played for Kansas City. Garth played for Toronto. And he only played for the Blue Jays. So that was good. That's a good catch there. Yeah, Dane York, I remember that. I remember York, I remember the last name. But here comes Damaso Garcia. 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ball inside. Bannister will be over 100 pitches with this one. First and second, 2 outs. Garcia, remember in the game number 1, he had that inside the park home run that made it 1-0. That was the biggie. The 1-1. That'll be right up the middle on a base hit. Are they going to go home? He only has 20 speed. They're going to throw home. Will it be a good one? And they sent a 20 speed home. They sent a 20 speed home at home plate. And for the second time in the last 2 games, there has been an out at the plate. A 20 speed tries to go home, and they get him at home. Oh, I don't know about that, but it is 1-0. And Bernazard now will be up. Bernazard, and that'll be the ground, the first one out. He did look safe there. We're going to take a look at it right now. 1 out. And here's Carlton Fisk. So right now we're going to say replay vault. We're going to take a look at the inning, the last inning, and it'll be for the Blue Jays. Right here, we're going to take a look at this pitch. And there it is. So he goes to center field. Now let's zoom in on this and see how he is. Zooming in. This is where the tag is going to be. Oh, I hope I'm not making people seasick. Oh, I got to go, and there it is. Oh, dang it. I don't know why it is messing up. I try and get it, and oh, I see. It's one of those stupid blue squares. So back here, there we go. Let's go on the catcher. Go here. Here's Carlton Fisk. He's coming home. He's coming home. We're going to zoom in. We're going to hit this. Take a look. Where did he tag him? Where did he tag him? This will be the best one right here. Oh, they got it going through his arm. They got it clipping through his arm. He got him in the arm. Right there. Got him right through the arm. That's where they got him. See, it clipped through right through his arm. So it got him out. Wow, he broke the laws of physics. So by inches, I mean, you never know. He has one less chicken nugget in a day or one less donut, and that guy scores. He has one less milkshake, one less candy bar. If he spits the seeds or tobacco out of his mouth when he goes around third, he's safe. So the 0-1 Fisk, and it'll be 1-1. This is a very pivotal part of the series. If Chicago can win this game, that'll be a gigantic. Toronto will still have mission accomplished in splitting in Chicago, but this will be absolutely huge. And that'll be base hit for Chicago. And that'll be on. Fisk will be on first with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. And Carlton Fisk, a big base hit. Close to the line, I wouldn't say hugging it. Social distancing the line. And here's Ron Kittle. Now Kittle has shown power this series. He's shown it in the outfield. And that's going to be a swing and a miss there, 0-1. Next game up, I'm going to take about 5 minutes, eat a bowl of rice. I'm in Thailand, it's cheap. So I'm going to eat a bowl of rice here, butter, salt, brown rice, and then we'll come on for the Expos and the Dodgers. But here it is, the 0-2. And then finally tonight we'll have the World Cup legends. The first game there, and a swing and a miss, 2 outs. Kittle strikes out. Kittle has had power. He's got the ball deep, and he hasn't been able to put it over. And that is worrisome. And here's Greg Lisinski now, who's 0 for 2. Greg, and that'll be a strike. Lisinski's 0 for 2. He's hitting 200 here in the postseason. This is so big, and it'll be the 0-1. And that'll be a ball outside, 1-1. Now for Jim Clancy, he's pitched only 65 pitches. This guy, unless he really starts struggling, will probably be under 100 for the game. He has the stamina to go, and it's 2-1. He's been aggressive all game with Chicago. He's been throwing hittable pitches, but they haven't been hitting them. And that'll be a strike, 2-2. 2-2 with 2 outs. He could have 7 full innings and 68 pitches. And he does! 68 pitches in 7 innings. That's less than 10 an inning. Clancy is doing unbelievable. It's 1-0. And here's Steve Murrah. Murrah's the new pitcher. Floyd Bannister is done, and Steve Murrah is in. This will be his first time he's in all postseason. And Barry Bonnell, in the series, he's 0 for 7. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Barry Bonnell, you want to say he's a cheap version of Barry Bonds. But there's a difference. Well, this guy actually got a hit, if he does, in the postseason. Maybe he's the same as Barry Bonds, struggling in the postseason. And that'll be a ball outside. That one was close. Steve Murrah is in. If Toronto can get if they can get a run, that'll be to right field. And Baines will be underneath, 1 out. Toronto, I really think that would be big if they can get insurance. Floyd Bannister, 1 run, 1 mistake. They're down 1-0. He only gave up 5 hits. He pitched really well. Not perfect, not great, but good to great. Good to great, really good. I would say he pitched really good, and that's going to be a strike. He's almost great. I would say he did pitch great tonight. Because what more do you want in a playoff game? He made 1 mistake, though, and that'll be on the ground and a base hit. So Murrah gives up 1, and runner 79 speed. And this was big. Now here's Jesse Barfield having the worst postseason of all time. He's 0 for 2 today. They throw to first. He's safe. You don't want base running mistakes right now. You want right now to let your batter hit. He's 0 for 2, 0 for the playoffs. And Murrah, that'll be a strike up high. Postseason still nothing. He did walk in the 6th. That makes him, I believe, 1 for 12. Or 1 for 11 and getting on base, and it'll be 1-1. I think he walked in the, I got to take a look if he did walk in the wild card game. Barfield again takes a strike. It'll be 1-2. I think when you're in a slump, you start thinking about double play. I'm going to be the guy hitting into the double play because I'm in a slump. Oh, and it gets away. Doesn't have to worry about that. They throw to second. He's safe. It'll be a passed ball. He can be a little bit more relaxed because he doesn't have to. Oh. He doesn't have to worry about a double play. If he gets out, he just gets out. The 2-2 to Barfield. And that'll be fouled back again. You know, nobody is going to go, oh, if you win at all, nobody's going to go, oh, for everything. He's going to start correcting and doing well. And it'll be outside ball 3. He walked the last time he was up. Willie Upshaw's on deck. The only run of this game. The only run of this game is Willie Upshaw. He's on deck to 3-2. Struck him out. Struck him out. And Barfield, when you get calls like that, that's called part of a slump. That happens when you slump, and here's Willie Upshaw. In the second inning, he hit the home run. It's the only RBI today. There have been people on. It hasn't been like it has just been 1-0 and like a double no-hitter. No. They just can't get him in. They call a strike there for Willie Upshaw in the top of the 8th. The insurance run is on second. The pitch. Oh, inside, and it gets away. He didn't go, though, and it's a good thing he didn't go, because if he would have gone fist, that ball just went right at him. That was like a high school backstop. That's like when you throw in high school. You know, you throw, all the backstops are right behind the catcher in high school. And that'll be high, 2-1. The 2-1 with 1 out. And the pitch. That'll be a strike, 2-2 with 2 outs. You know, in high school, you put that backstop right where that circle ends. And it's like a pinball machine. Every foul ball and everything. But there it acted like it. It'll be 3-2. Cliff Johnson is on deck. In the bottom part of the lineup is where Toronto loves to hit. The 8th inning, the 3-2. Ball 4. And we're in the meat of the lineup if you're concerned with Toronto. Toronto is just that good. And Steve Murrah, 19 pitches. Here's Cliff Johnson, though. In the series, he's 1 for 5. He got hit with the pitch in the 7th, but he's had some very solid-looking hits, but some very bad luck. Here's Cliff, and that's a strike. Right down the middle, Murrah starts out 0-1. There's a big insurance at second, and they know it. They need it. If you're Toronto, Murrah, it would be big if they don't get it. It'll be 1-1. So Cliff here, 1-1, top of the 8th. The pitch, and that'll be fouled off, 1-2. Murrah can end the inning. He can end it. It'll be end if he strikes him out. And it'll be on the ground, and it'll be hit down. Nobody's going to score, but he picks up and throws, and he's out. He's out. And he was thrown out at home by an inch, and he gets thrown out at first by an inch. Oh, it's not his day. It's 1-0. Harold Baines, 1 for 2. He singled in the 5th. That was his first hit of the series, and we're in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Harold, and that's going to be a strike. Jim Clancy hold the narrowest of leads. There is no margin for error for Clancy. And again to right field, and this will be foul. Already 2 strikes. Clancy has been aggressive. He's only thrown 70 pitches. And that'll be on the ground. Second to first. And that'll be an out, 1 out. The significance is this, and we keep telling you, if Toronto wins, they just need to win 1 of 3 games to force a Game 7. And 2 of 3 games to win the series. Here's Tom Paciorek, and they're going to play at home at that weird exhibition park. I'm going to find a minor league park that looks like it. 1-0. And that'll be away 1-1. It'll be a weird, stale park. And that'll be on the ground. Second to first, and again, 2 outs. I can't say MVP of the series in game number 2, but the way that this guy is pitching. Here's Scott Fletcher. He struck out, lined out. The way Jim Clancy is pitching, oh my goodness. That'll be inside, ball 1. Scott Fletcher, 0 for 2. And that'll be to right field. Will it drop? Will it drop? Yes, it will. So Fletcher gets on with a single in right field. I may have jinxed Clancy. I've seen this before where you say he's pitching well in a 1-0 game. There's a single and then a home run. And here's a pinch hitter, Greg Walker. Greg Walker will come up. He has not at all. He hasn't had a base hit, a walk, or anything. Walker, the pinch hitter. Walker high, and this will be fouled. Going to first, they might get it. And they get it almost into the dugout. Garth Yord. And look at the White Sox guy ducking out of the way. But we go to the 9th. Dick Tidrow will be in. Remember yesterday, Tidrow gave up a run. He has an ERA of 9. Oh, that turned out to be a huge run. Jerry Dybzinski. And here's Alfredo Griffin, 1 for 3, singled in the second. In the series, he's 2 for 6. I have a feeling with the stats, there's going to be a correction game. There'll be a game that'll be like 13-12. Tidrow, and that'll be fouled off 0-1. Alfredo Griffin. This is so big, this inning, because in all big, well, I know I keep saying that, but Toronto, if they can get an insurance, I think that would help, because if the leadoff batter gets a double, that might be trouble. That's a strike. Griffin now to Tidrow. Struck him out. That's going to be 1 out. Top of the 9th. And there it is. That takes a load off of Dick Tidrow's mind, and Garth Yord, 1 for 3. Yord, that'll be outside, ball 1. Tidrow gave up. He got the loss last game. Gave up that run late. It'll be 1-1. Garth Yord, he made the catch at the end of the 8th. And this will be to right, deep. But underneath is Baines, 2 outs. Toronto looking good. Here's Buck Martinez. Buck 0 for 2 today. And the pitch, it'll be down below 1-0. 1-0 in the 9th inning. And Buck swings and misses there. Dick Tidrow. Tidrow again. That'll be high. A strike there, 1-2. Tidrow's 1 strike away from saying goodnight to this inning. The 1-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. To Buck, and that'll be a little roller. He'll pick it up. He only has 25 speed. He'll get him easy. We go to the bottom of the 9th in game 2. It's 1-0. A solo shot, the only run. All right, well, I'm going to tell you this much. Rudy Law will start out. Again, I keep saying this. What is at stake? If Chicago scores no runs, they're down 2-0. If they score 1 run, we go to the 10th. If they score 2 runs, they've tied the series at 1. Both teams have 6 hits. The solo shot was the only RBI of the game, and a Law a strike. And again, Toronto is the road team. They got the next 3 at home. Law, and it'll be 1-1. You don't want Law on the base. He has 90 speed. You want to get him out at the plate. You can't steal first from home. The 1-1. And it's going to be a ball 2-1 unless you're in that, what is it, the Cape Cod League, where they have all sorts of weird rules. 2-1. And it'll be a ball 3-1. So this will be big. Bernazard. Clancy has pitched well all day, but it'll be the 3-1 pitch here. And it'll be a shot and a base hit to center field. And now he has 90 speed. He's on first. And he gets on with nobody out. For the Sox, this is so huge. This is such a pivotal moment for Toronto. We're talking about a tied series or a 2-game lead. And there's a new pitcher coming in. Clancy is done for the day. They say goodnight to him. He pitched extremely well. An 8-inning shutout. And a great day for Clancy. 3 outs are between a 2-0 lead and a 1-1 tie. 2 games are between 3 outs now. Dave Gesell. Gesell has no ERA. He has 1 strikeout and 2/3 of an inning pitched. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Bernazard. Bernazard, they're going to try and bunt him over. It's low. And he does not go. They throw to first. Nothing. I'm of the old school. The way they're hitting, you just take the out. Take the out. Say, all right, the first out's always the hardest to get. But they want that 90 speed. And it's going to be high 2-0. You might end up walking Bernazard just trying to get around the bunt. The 2-0 here in the bottom of the 9th. Bernazard 1 for 3 today. Down low 3-0. Fisk is on deck. Such pressure in this series. This is such a pivotal time. The 3-0 in the bottom of the 9th. The 3-0 pitch. And a strike, 3-1. Tony Bernazard. Oh, so big. The 3-1, they throw to first, he's safe. This is really big now, the 3-1 pitch. Giesel, they throw back to first. I think they're trying to psych out the batter here. And the 3-1 again, they're trying to keep Law near first. The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and that was huge. They didn't lay the bunt down. Now it's going to be a full count. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 9th. This will be Giesel now, the 3-2. Hit the right field. It'll be foul, and it'll go into the stand. And Bernazard. The 3-2, bottom of the 9th. The pitch. High pop fly, and this might be 1 out right to center field, and he's going to make the catch. 1 out. They won't go to second. They tried to get him to second, very understandable, but he can score from first on a good hit. If you hit a double, he's in easy. If you hit a single, he might score from there. But here's Carlton. Carlton Fisk, 1 for 3. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th. I'm not saying this is survival for Chicago, but I'm going to say the road gets way more difficult for them. This is a team that thought that they could compete for a World Series. And it's going to be a strike to Fisk. They thought that, hey, we can get World Series. I wouldn't blame them. At the very beginning, I'm like, oh, they're the #1 seed. They can get through. They're going to replay Baltimore, but my goodness. The 0-1 with 1 out. High 1-1. Kiesel has thrown 9 pitches. None of them I trust. They throw to first, and he's safe. They've all been borderline. Carlton Fisk is 1 for 3. The 1-1, and that's the pitch out. It'll be 2-1. They're worried about him going to second. It'll be 2-1. 2-1 here to Fisk. That'll be on a foul. Oh, barely. And the question was raised by a viewer, world's worst gamer, why they didn't bring in Randy Moffett. He was the closer and a righty. Let's see how this goes out. Fisk, the 2-2. High pop fly. He jammed him. Going to first. It's going to be in foul territory if he misses anyway. But it drifts into fair. He catches it. 2 outs. The Rabbits' foot might actually work. They might get lucky here. Who knows? And Ron Kittle, he doesn't have a hit. He doesn't have a hit all playoffs. He's 0 for 3. He's hit it deep a couple times, but not out. And that'll be a strike, 0-1. Ron Kittle, he's hitting 4th. This is right now the turning point of this series. They throw to first, he's safe. Ron Kittle at first, Ron Kittle at home. They got Law who can score on a good base hit. Kiesel. Oh, a strike, and it's 0-2, a huge call. That's a huge call, and it's going to be 0-2. The 0-2, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. This is such a big pitch for Toronto and Chicago. Inside 1-2. And now we do it again. Ron Kittle 0 for 3. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Law on first. Outside 2-2. You don't want to have Law on second. At least with the ball in play this time. If you're Chicago and you get a walk out of this, you're sitting pretty. You'll get a walk, and a guy that's 0 for the playoffs doesn't have to have a hit yet. Dave Giesel. He's at 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. This is so big. The 2-2. Down on the ground. It's going to be caught. What a play. He got it. And that's Toronto with a 2-0 lead in a series. But it's more than just a 2-0 lead. It's 2-0, and they have the next 3 games at home. And Chicago knows it's going to be not easy going up to Toronto and winning 3 in a row. They weren't in the Sky Dome. They were in Exhibition Park. And now I'm going to have to find a minor league stadium just like Exhibition Park. Toronto's only hit was the home run. Their only RBI was the home run. A 1-0 win. They hit the home run in the second. Oh my goodness. They hit it in the second inning. Oh boy. Oh boy, and here it was. That's it. That's all your scoring right there in those 2 seconds. And Bannister had a great game, and Toronto, oh, so big. And that was the out. Oh, boom, there he got him. Yeah, Clancy, that's Greg Lazinski striking out there. And this is the last out. What an out. What a game by Toronto. And now quickly looking at the box score. Jim Clancy wins player of the game. He also gets the win. Floyd Bannister gets the loss. So you take a look there. That was an unbelievable game. Mosby's the only one with any hits. Bono and Barfield both have not hit anything. Buck Martinez is 0 for 2 games. They had Ernie Witt in the last game. Pitching-wise, Clancy's 1-0. Giesel gets the save, his second of the series. And Clancy, my goodness, Law got on, and you just didn't know what would happen. For Chicago, they're in trouble. They got Law, who went 2 for 4, and that's misleading. He didn't really go 2 for 4. He got the base hit in left field at the start the game, and he was thrown out at second. And then you go right down the lineup, and everybody else had nothing or 1 hits. Pitching-wise, you couldn't get more out of Bannister. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. He just, when it's a game like this, I don't know whether it's a mistake or it's athletic play. I'm going to say it was an athletic play. That's all I'm going to say. Leal got the first game. For Toronto. It was Leal that got the win. I remember because he went a long way. So Leal got the first one. Taking a look quickly at the pitchers. This is Toronto. You have Clancy there. And you have Giesel there. And right there, and we go to the White Sox. That's all of them. You had Bannister there. You had Tidrow there. And you had Murrah there. And now those are the 2. So those are pitching-wise. Now we go to the batting. The batter analysis right here. We're going to go to all of them. Here we go. All of them. So here's Pachorik. Now to Lazinski. As we look at these, I'm going to say Leal pitched game number 1. So I think it might be Alexander. I'm going to take a look at their lineup. As we take a look at the batters here, Kittle, and then Law again, and Fletcher. And Dubinsky did not get in, and that's it for the Blue Jays. Steve, he did the wild card game. Steve, I remember they did the wild card game. I'll take a look. Dave Steve, he was a winner in a 6-1 game in New York. He got the victory in New York. It's funny because Toronto has played 3 games on the road, and they've won them all. And now they go to home. So they're 3-0 on the road. They just want to play all the games on the road. They'll say save the cost. We'll stay in Chicago. And those are all the Blue Jays batters right there. We're going to take a look really quickly, and I'm going to answer your question and see who it is for the next game. We'll see the Toronto pitching, and we'll see who they have. It could be Gott or Alexander. I'm not sure what kind of a rotation they get. So it is Toronto, a 6-1, 2-1, and 1-0. They've my goodness, the pitching rotation now. So here's the rotation for the Blue Jays. Clancy, Gott, Steve, Leal, and Williams. And I don't know whether they have Alexander. Okay, there it is. Overall, you see the overall. Steve is good. There's the bullpen. Moffitt, they have as the setup. Acker is another setup, and you can see. And I'm wondering, Doyle Alexander. That's a good question. Where is Doyle Alexander? You got Clancy, Gott, Steeble, and Williams. I gotta see that on the other side. For the Sox, you have Bannister, Burns, Hoyt, Dotson, and Jerry Koosman of the Mets. Was that Jerry Koosman of the 69 Mets? My goodness, if it was, that'd be weird. It's weird seeing eras, even though it's 14 years, and people can pitch for that long. But that'd be weird. Oh, wow. I just never put two and two. I thought Koosman was like one of those older guys that in the early mid-70s, he was done. I thought he was done there. Now, so that's going to be it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take about 10 minutes, eat a bowl of rice. I got it. Put a little butter on it. It'll be good. It is, and then we're going to have the Expos and the Dodgers. So we're going to have the Expos and the Dodgers coming up next. So give me about 10 minutes, and we'll be back for the next game. Unbelievable game, unbelievable day. I can't believe the White Sox are down 2-0. And we'll see you then.